Welcome to the RHEL 10 Nginx Reverse Proxy Lab. You will install Nginx, prepare a local Apache backend on port 8080, publish the backend through Nginx on port 80, and verify the request path. This design keeps the backend private and exposes only the reverse proxy. Before starting, confirm a registered RHEL system, root or sudo access, an active network connection, and a test host address. Check the operating system, IP address, SE Linux mode, and firewall dstate. Then install Nginx, HTTPD, and policy core utils-python utils. The last package provides cmanage, which we use for the SE Linux port policy. Do not open port 8080 to clients. It is the backend port for local testing. Prepare the backend first. Back up the Apache configuration, change its listen directive from port 80 to port 8080, and create a page that identifies the backend. Validate the Apache syntax before starting the service. Because SE Linux labels network ports, add TCP 8080 to the HTTPD port type with cmanage when it is not already present. Enable and start HTTPD. Confirm it is listening only on the intended address, and request the page directly with curl on 127.0.0.1 port 8080. If this direct test fails, fix the backend before troubleshooting Nginx. Now create the Nginx reverse proxy virtual host in the conf.d directory. Define an upstream pointing to 127.0.0.1 port 8080. In the server block, listen on port 80 and use the server name proxy.lab.example.com. The location block sends requests to the upstream and forwards the original host, client address, forwarded chain, and protocol headers. Run Nginx-T before applying the change. Set the HTTPD CAN network connect SE Linux boolean so Nginx is allowed to connect to the backend. Open only HTTP in firewall-d, enable Nginx at boot, and reload the service. Verify both sides of the proxy. First, request the backend directly. Then use curl-resolve to send the same hostname to the Nginx server address. The response should contain the backend page, but the client connected to port 80. Check SS for listeners on ports 80 and 8080, inspect Nginx access and error logs, and review journal.ctl for the service. If you receive a 502, test the backend, check the upstream address, and inspect SE Linux denials with awsearch. If the request reaches the wrong page, check the host header, server name, and active configuration with Nginx-T. If the service fails, run Nginx-T and read the journal before restarting. For the challenge, add a second backend and convert the upstream block into a load-balanced group. Test each backend directly, then prove that clients use only Nginx. For production, add TLS on port 443. Use a trusted certificate, keep private keys readable only by root, and forward logs to a central collector. Do not expose the backend port unless there is a documented requirement. To clean up the lab, stop or disable the services, restore the Apache listen directive if needed, remove the reverse proxy file, and remove the temporary SE Linux port rule only if it was created for this exercise. Your final evidence should include Nginx-T output, service status, firewall rules, SE Linux booleans, direct and proxied curl results, and relevant logs.